What's up, Instagram and YouTube? It's your boy Salty Redcorn, and I'm back with an ill-prepared knife review video. Today I want to talk about the Cold Steel AD15. Alright, but first let's knock out what I'm wearing. I'm wearing a Seiko 5 Dress KX with the NATO strap. I'm really liking this watch. I am also carrying the Demco AD20.5 serrated shark's foot. All right. I have a Taurus GC3 and no flashlight right now. All right. So let's go ahead and talk about this AD15. I really like this knife, man. It was given to me by My Bad Adventures, you know, as a exchange for some mod work. And I couldn't have been any happier with this knife. It's something that I really wanted to try. My friend Mike, who passed away, was like telling me how this was a knife for me. And he was right, man. I really like the knife. It's quirky. It's got good materials. It's stout, robust if you must. And yeah, man, I'm really feeling this knife. So let's talk about it a little bit, all right? It's got a very, very nice drop point blade. It's got like some sort of FRN, Grivrex, whatever you want to call it. It's injected molded plastic scales. It's got a very unique lock system. I believe he calls it the Scorpion lock. And very, very cool. Very easy to one hand if you're fancy. And I really like it a lot, man. The billboarding is really not, it's minimal, and I like it. It says the model. And then on the back, you know, typical Cold Steel stuff. I don't know if you guys can see that with the lighting that we're in right here, and I apologize about that. This knife's an S35VN. It's made in Taiwan, the Cold Steel Taiwan factory. So if you know anything about Cold Steel, you know that the fit and finish is just really good. Anything that comes out of Taiwan as far as knives is top notch, in my opinion. That's where some of the most high-end Spydercos come from. I can really appreciate Taiwan manufacturing, okay? The pocket clip's kind of lame, but that's typical for Cold Steel, in my opinion. At least it has a lanyard hole, and I think that there is a deep carry pocket clip available for this thing. The way that the Scorpion lock works is that it captures the blade in a couple different places, right? It's got a notch here, and it also has a small pin here. So as it rotates into here, it catches into that top one, and that's locking it in. And then you got an extra you know, security measure here where this tiny little pin locks in as well. All right, this lock bar is made of aluminum, and it carries through to the back with some jimping. I really like it. I think it's a really cool lock. I think it's different. I think it's neat, right? The hardware is very nice. Again, I apologize about the lighting, guys. It's really bright out here, but the hardware is very, very nice. I love the texturing on the handles. The knife just feels super duper solid in hand. I would definitely go chopping and doing hard stuff with this knife, man. I trust this knife. I really, really do. There's a downside to this kind of lock. You know, I think that having this area exposed is not really a good idea, but there's no other way to deal with that with this design. You know, if you drop this thing on the concrete or you drop this somewhere and it gets scratched and scuffed up, you're going to feel it. Right, as that pin rotates, you're going to feel all those little grinds and chunks missing out of your blade. If that happens to you, you're going to feel that right here. Is it the end of the world? Not at all. You know, just be careful with your knife. That's all. The jimping is a little over the top, but it works really good because it's so large that when you push down, your thumb really will print into the grooves, and I think that's good. I like the thumb studs. I really do. They have some sort of, you know, stepping, some kind of nice machining on there that is really, really good. The action is good, you know, whether you're, you know, just fidgeting with it or the flip open action is just awesome, in my opinion. I like the swedge up here on the top. I like the satin finish on this blade. I'm not crazy about satin finishes, but I think that this satin finish is done really, really good, and it suits the knife big time. All right. So, you know, carryability, it's a little bit heavy, it's a little bulky, but for me, I don't really care about that. You know, I carry bronze knives, I carry a lot of heavier knives. It just doesn't really bother me too much unless I'm wearing board shorts, which isn't all that often. but I think it's a really good knife. You could keep it in your pocket. You could throw it in a backpack. You could toss it in your truck as a backup, you know, whatever you want to do with it. I just think it really fits the bill nicely, right? Andrew Demko designs are really, really good. Let's just look at, for comparison, let's check it out up against the 20.5. As you can see, it's a little bit bigger, right? It's about the size of a PM2, minus, you know, the thickness, man, because this is a very, very thick boy, okay? The edge came super sharp, and it's just really good knife, right? So, I want to give a big shout out today to Fletcher, all right? You're going to check out his videos on YouTube. All Things Knives. That's the name of the channel, All Things Knives. I'm going to go ahead and link his channel in the description. He's a young kid. He's got a real passion for knives, and you know, it shows in his videos. His channel's just getting started. He's got, you know, under 40 subs. I really want to get his sub count up there. So I'm giving a shout out, just like others have done for me in the past. And I think that he's a good kid, and that means a lot to me. I think he's a good kid. I've done some business with him in the past. He also makes soap, I believe. So just go check his channel out, man. All Things Knives, okay? Gonna link it in the description, all right? So if you guys like this kind of video, smash that like button, hit the subscribe button, tell your friends, yo, Salty Red Corn, he's okay. Whatever, right? So I love you guys, and thanks for watching.